I won't cry over no bum. I don't got the.
So we back here again with Morg W. Thank you for joining us again.
Thank you for having me always.
So this time we coming back, we just wanted to talk more in particular about, I seen you've been doing the voting event. So just speak on that a little bit as far as like where did that idea come from and where did that passion come from trying to get people educated on voting.
Yeah, so Bike and Vote is a event put on by Party Genius. It's basically a movement to mobilize voters in my community. I think that early on, like when you're 18, you don't look at voting as a need, like something that you need to go out and do. But as I got older, I just been educating myself about it more. So I feel like I wanted to put something that represents myself and also get that message out there to like, hey, let's get out and vote. You know what I mean? So let's make that
Definitely,
new and cool.
Definitely. And I see throughout the internet a lot about like voter suppression, about voting booths getting shut down, certain people not being able to vote. So can you talk about that importance of voting?
When we talk about importance of voting, we talk about putting people in power, in positions of power. So like I think that they keep that away from us as far as like dates, like who's running, what they're running for, what their position entails. So like this election is what you call a low turnout election. So it's a judge's seat that's being up for grabs. So a judge determines child support cases, also evictions. So that's relatable to everybody. Right. You know what I mean? I may have a friend, you may have a friend that, is battling with their, significant other, or the father of their child, the mother of their child, and they want custody of their kid, but they, right, are battling with that. So we are now voting for a judge that sits and hears these cases, that have to, have sympathy for the father and the mother, somebody who have to be fair. But if you have people that's sitting on a bench, been there 50 years, the same people keep voting this person in office, how is things gonna change in that aspect in the community? So it's like, that's why it's important to vote, because all of us can relate. And all of us have to, are going to maybe be put in that position and need that person. Right. And we need to hold that person accountable. That person has to have the same values as us. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they have to be understanding of the circumstances and the conditions that I'm in right now. It's COVID. I can't pay my rent at the moment because of X, Y, Z. I used to work at a restaurant, this and that. It's closed still. You know what I mean? So that judge may have sympathy towards you because they understand. But somebody that's not in that position, they don't understand. So they like, hey, we don't care. Either you pay your landlord or you getting put out. Right. You know what I mean? So it's like, let's vote people in office that we can connect with, that we can touch, that we can talk to, and I think that's what really motivated me to do Bike and Vote, because I have a family member running for this seat. And it's like, I'm so passionate about putting her in office. It's like, hey, I feel this way about her, but I should feel this way about every single seat that's up for grabs. Right. Because all these people are speaking for me and what's going on in my community. So I need to let them know, like, hey, this is an issue I'm having. If I can call you directly, you know what I mean? Like, and you make something happen, that's the type of people we need in office.
So where do you think the disconnect comes from within the younger minority communities when it comes to voting?
I just think they're just not aware of it. They make it where we're not connected to it. Even politicians, and I call them out too, because where are you? Where are you in the communities? You know what I mean? Like, how can we see you? How can we tell you like X, Y, and Z? Like, do you know how you can get in touch with your city councilman? Is it via email? Do we have a phone number that we can reach him at to let him know, like, hey, bro, our conditions, our school, like we just have a complaint about something. Right. Like what are recreational parks at, like in my area? Like, who do I call for that? So it's just like, I think that's the disconnect all across the board. And if I can be the person to connect those ties, like, man, I know I could call Morg if, I need a park in this area. She'll know who to call to stand up and get enough signatures and who I turn the signatures into. You know what I mean? Like, that's the type of difference and change that we can make. Even, it's so fire to that, like I said, I'm gonna be truthful. Like, I'm just educating myself on the power that we have as a collective too. And I like it's not my fault. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
I didn't know. So it's like the more I educate myself, the more I want to educate others.
Kind of dive into some steps that you're taking into educating yourself about the power of voting and the power of coming together.
I think I'm just aligning myself with the right people. Just talking to and having those conversations with people who've been fighting for voters' rights since, I guess, 2017. Younger people that I can relate to. Like I said, I can FaceTime them, you know what I mean? And they're more probably slightly more educated than me about what's going on. Right. Like I can have those type of conversations, you know what I mean? Like, hey, why does it matter if, I go out and vote this time around, just have those open conversations with people. So it's like, that's really, like I said, the more I educate myself, the more I want to get that word out to everybody else.
You're definitely doing a good job, because I seen a recap video of the biking vote, and it looked like it was a very successful event that was well put together. And another thing I wanted to ask you was, basically, you're deemed as a popular person, successful person, coming out of New Orleans at a young age. And just talk about making that transition over from, trying to awaken the consciousness of, other younger people. Do you feel that it's too political, or do you feel like it's the right thing to do?
I feel like it's the right thing to do. Like, we're just in a climate of change, period. You know what I mean? And it needs to start on a local level. And I've been promoting events, promoting spots. I promoted anything you can think of. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's my duty to promote something that can actually make change in a time like this for our people. Right. You know what I mean? And by our people, I don't mean, skin color. Right. Like, beyond black or white. Like, it's like our people mean people who stand values that align with ours. Like, right. If you are fighting for the same thing I'm fighting for, which is equal rights, justice, you know what I mean? Just to be heard, our conditions are the same as anybody, the next American. Like, if you feel like that, then you are my people. You feel what I'm saying? So it's just like, to have people like that in your corner and make sure those type of people are on the forefront. You know what I mean? And anybody else who don't stand for that or don't believe in what we believe in, then we have to get them out of here. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, we give you a chance. Is that, like, voting is being proactive, meaning that if you do your research on the candidates, the people that are trying to put in office, we look at, like, hey, they stand for this. Okay, you meet them, they nice people, you feel like they're gonna try to go in there and really make change. Like, that's the person you stand and you get behind. And then those other people gotta get out of there. And it's like, don't wait till after they get in there, then you're like, man, they not doing nothing for us. All they do is just politics. Like, that's why I don't get into that. Well, you really don't have no say so, because if you really believe in a person and a person was gonna make change, then you would have stood up and said, hey, right. If you fool with me or if you behind me, come back this person. Because that's just how I feel about this small election. So that's why I said, moving forward, I'm gonna be into that. I'm gonna do my research on what this person did in this community. Why do they deserve to be my councilman, my judge, my mayor? Like, you know what I mean? What core values, what family values do they have? Go to the events that they have and meet these people. Right. Because I really want to know if I can support you, because I have hundreds of people coming for Bike and Vote that can support you as well. Right. You feel what I'm saying? And that's the type of collective and movement I'm trying to put together. Like, it's like it can be so powerful because people have to come to us. Right. It'll no longer be us seeking the politicians like, dang, where can we find them? They're going to come and find us. Right. Because they know that we coming out and we voting. It's going to be hundreds of us. And if we don't get behind them, then they like, dang, the young people not really, they don't think we fighting for them. Right. So we need to understand these politicians and understand what's going on. And also aspire to be. You feel what I'm saying? Right. You don't have to be into politics to want to make change. Like, and that's another thing that I think is shifting. A lot of people that was running to sit on some of those seats that make different policies are normal people, because they saying politicians wasn't doing enough. So we have people that's running who say, hey, I had a regular entrepreneur, but now I want to see change in my own community.
Definitely.
So I'm going to get my people to come out and vote for me. So it's like we have those type of people that I definitely want to stand behind, because it's like, you can't tell me I can't go do this. You can't tell me that I can't be a politician. Or you can't tell me if I was a promoter, I can't be mayor. You know, not saying I'm trying to do those things, but I want to make a statement in where 18 to 28-year-olds we have some type of collective, like we have some type of say-so in who getting in office.
Like we don't have to be boxed into one thing.
We don't have to be boxed into one thing. And this what I say about New Orleans too. Like a lot of the times we get together for social gatherings and nothing to, you know, it's our culture. We was born and raised like this. I love this city for everything that it is. But at a time like this, in a crucial moments like this, where we are protesting and people are standing up for Black lives and, you know, I guess entrepreneurs and small businesses and just kind of supporting each other in a way that we never did, why not join in a force that has a voting power? Right. Why not create that for the youth, for the younger generations? We don't have that. Anybody you look that's coming with voter initiatives are older people. I don't really even be knowing what be going on. Right. So it's like, okay, cool, I'll create a space where it's like, y'all can come and educate us and talk to us about the policies and people that are being put in place, so we can know and we can have a say so, because we're dealing with it. We're living in the conditions that they set for us. Definitely. So people are having kids at, like I said, 16, 15. They go and sit in front of those judges. Most judges are elected officials, not appointed officials. That means somebody had to go in there and say, hey, I want this judge, or hey, I want this person, this DA. Right. So we need to have a say-so in that. We need to have people that's on our side in those seats. So I just feel, I never felt passionate about anything in my life before that I feel about this, because I never realized how important it is and the conditions that we are living in New Orleans. In New Orleans, like, I didn't realize that until now. Right. So it's like, I'm going to speak up about it. I'm not going to stop talking about it. I'm not going to stop till I have, like, I'm talking about every rapper, every influencer, any leader of any sort who care about the people that follow them, get on board with this.
And that's my next question. How important is it for you to gather up all of the local New Orleans influencers and, you know, like you said, get them on board?
It's very important. You know what I mean? Like, Meg, I was telling you, you know, I reached out to you and I let you know, like, look, share it as much as you can to let your following know, like, this is something y'all need to be a part of. I can't express it enough, but like, you did what you can, you did your part. But like, I really, really, really want to call out everybody to really step up and join this movement, because it's not about me. It's not about me. It's about everybody. Really, like I said, coming together to really one common goal, which is to vote.
Give us a voice.
Give us a voice. Right. Have something where we all together. So it's like, talk about get influencers and things on board. People will vote in numbers they never seen before. And that'll be so powerful, because like I said, they'll come looking for us. We won't have to go looking for them. We won't have to be like, wait, when it's time to go vote, hold up, who running? What they running for? You know, we'll know, because they're going to come to us and say, hey, I'm running for this. I need you guys to get behind me. I need to know that the younger generation is behind this. They know that I'm going to fight for them. They know that if you step into my courtroom, I got your back. You know, you my brother. If you fighting a case and you really didn't do it, that I'm going to have your back, because you couldn't afford an attorney. So I'm the attorney appointed for you, and I care about you, my brother. Like, that's the type of people are elected into office. They're not appointed. We put them in office. So we need to have a say-so in who's in those positions. Yeah,
that's definitely powerful, and that's definitely, I'm loving it. You giving me goosebumps just listening to you talk about it. So like, just explain like what's next going forward for the people that do want to get involved.
So I'll be doing another one July 25th. we have another huge election in New Orleans and in Baton Rouge on August 11th, which will be appointing electing more judges, more political seats. And like I said, right now, I'm really doing my homework for the next few days. I'll be doing research on who's running, what candidates I feel like aligns with values that I want to see in my community, people that I feel like will have the back of, have sympathy and compassion for what is going on right now for my sisters and my brothers, black people right now, who will understand what we are going through, because we're going through a different world than everybody else. It's one thing to see on the outside looking in, but it's another thing to actually be a black person and dealing with the conditions of societies right now.
Right. So what's the best way to get in contact with you for anybody that has any more questions or just any opinions that they want to
anybody that have questions, they can call me directly, which 504-535-0430. You can call me and talk to me. You can also DM me on Instagram if you feel like that's you'll feel that you can get your thoughts across over on Instagram. I mean, any type of way, email. I'm just available. Like anybody who wants to get on board and help with this type of thing, whether, like I say, if you feel like you have if you have a small following, a big following, like anything, I would want you to be a part of this change, and I would want you to be a part of this history. Because like I said, bike and vote is not a me thing. It's not a me thing. Bike and vote is an everybody thing. It's an everybody thing, because you just showing your support. Like they had some guys come out. It's like a collective of guys where they had their own Jeeps. You know what I mean? And they came out just to support and drove with us to City Hall. That right there in itself just says a lot. Like, hey, we see these group of people getting together. We gonna go and let them know, like, hey, we with y'all. We rocking with y'all. We support this that's going on. We gonna come vote with y'all. So yeah, we encourage everybody to come out on their bikes. That's the gist of it. But just go vote.
Right.
Just go vote. That's the commonality of it all. Like, go vote, and vote, like I said, vote for the people that's for us. And you need to know who's for us. And the only way you can know that is doing your research. But like I said, bike and vote is also going to be a tool to help people where, say, you don't really want to do too much research. We're going to get behind people that we feel needs to be in that seat.
Right.
So you can look to us to also guide you in the polls as well.
Definitely. Well, I just want to let you know that, I appreciate what you got going on, and you got our full support. And we're going to put all your social media information to where, any of our followers could get in touch with you if they just want to come out. But like she said, it is very important to vote, very important to get behind this, because the climate of the country is changing, the circumstances, the consciousness of people. It's definitely awakening, so it's definitely something that we all got to get on board with, and we're definitely stronger when we come together, man. So, again, I appreciate you for what you're doing.
I appreciate you.
It's all love, and so yeah, like I said, we out.